everyone, Rosie here. Today we're having an actual team battle. We have a 5v5 Gunslinger against T.RT, which is Radiant Tails. Note the special rules are double mulligan, one clan per person in each team, so there's no like two Shadow Paladin users in one team. And there's actually an extra limitation on certain cards. Laurel from Dimensional Police, Sing Saver in Royal Paladins, and Blaster Joker from Link Joker. We can only have 3 per deck rather than the normal rule of 4.
I'm hungry.
Also,
Luckily, the only
also today here with me are Nova and Xateramusa.
luckily, based on the ruling, we're already dealing with the person who's affected by it at all, which is Doryan. And ironically enough, his deck already only had 3 Sing Saver. It didn't have 4 to begin with.
Yep, so our starting is Royal Paladin user Doryan and Great Nature user Ari.
That actually does make me wonder, though.
It's been a while since I've seen Great Natures.
I used to make Great Natures in real life, but that's before I switched
Great
to
Nature,
Mura.
when done right, is one of the scariest pressure clans, especially with the lead. It's one of the it's Murakumo level in the fact that the Legion mate gave them something so powerful that almost no one uses. But except for the fact that it's more complicated and people can actually get it wrong. So we have to keep our eyes open if the Legion comes out, if they do it right. Because I'm never gonna forget when Rua used it in practice and unflipped and stuff for retiring a gold paladin, which it doesn't do that.
That was
But yeah, I
before when
used to
mixed decks
run
were
those in
allowed.
real life till and on games until Muras came in. Actually, back on Arian,
Well,
I
there's
mean
the
not Arian,
Legion.
by Capital, I had I ran this deck. I had a Leopold deck. It's pretty good.
I actually
Yeah.
have a Leopold reverse in real life.
By the
And
way, the
Doran's going
funny,
in.
I still have my real life deck, but I switched to ninjas because I love that clan. Nah, I still have my main Green Aces, but Mura's still my. They're both my main clan, I should say. They're both my main clan.
One pass pays off for Ari, but that grade 3, at least we know Doran isn't miswriting now. Although, I have a feeling that wasn't a problem in the first place, because he does know there's double mulligan.
He
And I
didn't double
don't think
mulligan.
yeah, I didn't see him double mulligan, so I'm hoping he'd had a 3 to begin, but now we know he has one regardless.
True.
Doran's deck is actually very, very counterblast heavy.
The Legion made for Green Nature is pretty cute.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Is that like your
What?
fan or something?
No, my
That's either
computer.
her. I think that's her computer. Like the fans of her computer are doing that.
Okay.
Cooling it off. Oh, Alfred.
Yeah, Seeker Alfred, which gains 2K by the way, which
No, it
changes the
doesn't.
guard. Oh wait, is that only when
That's
he's in
only when he's
Legion?
in Legion.
Okay, never mind then.
You're dumb.
No, it's more like there are so many units that gain power from how many units are in the rear guard.
Oh, oh my
Oh, super cute.
And because there's 2 Alfreds that do that, it makes me think, it
I
makes
wonder
me
what Green
forget that he
Nature
actually
has. It
needs to be
reminds
in
me of the
Legion to even have
cuteness.
that.
All this cuteness. I wonder what Green Nature is again.
Oh, he's doing Break Ride.
This will be interesting.
He's doing Break Ride Legion. So, the Legion skill is during the end phase when a rear guard is put into the drop zone while it's in Legion, it can unflip a damage, and if the card that's sent to the drop zone happens to be something in the Vanguard circle, the Legion or the mate, then it also gives them the ability to draw a card and then choose 2 cards in the drop zone and put them back into back into the bottom of the deck.
What's
So
interesting though, yeah, combining that with
the
mate.
break ride, you can get a lot of draws.
Well, combining that with a mate, and the mate lets you counterblast one when this card is put into the drop zone. You can search your deck for one unit that's with
in the Vanguard circle.
circles, so you could essentially put it back in. If you put one back from the Legion skill, you can actually search it.
Yeah, and then get an unflip from the Legion skill.
Essentially, if done
Doryan
right,
won Doryan won
I
pass
tried
and got
again.
Doryan won pass, and unfortunately he got criticaled for it. But now he's gonna get his own criticals. Returns a crit, I think that was a draw.
He returned a crit, a draw, an Octavius, and
The
an
unflip.
Rs. Yeah.
And Rs Magus.
It's not Rs Magus. That's my phone.
And then File is gonna go into the soul and find Blaster and seek Blaster Blade, putting him into the rear guard circle.
Which he'll probably put him in front of Cindric, or well, behind it at the moment.
Well, behind it so he can move it around. And now if he plays one more unit behind the Vanguard circle, then he has his full formation and he gets his +1 crit to Alfred.
Question is, will he do it?
He should.
Unless he doesn't have anything good.
Even if he doesn't have something good, he should at least put something there. He's probably debating on what to use because Seekers actually have a unique ability to have... Okay. So, we were right to think he didn't have anything good, but he did put something down, and he decides critical trigger. So that's gonna make it harder for him to guard later.
If he had a draw, I wouldn't mind.
So he's starting by attacking with the rear guard. What he's probably trying to do is trying to get Ari to no guard this because he wants to get at 4 anyway, and then no guard the Vanguard and critical. But if Ari allows that to happen, there's a problem.
He can do this, but Commander can get hand advantage easily.
Did Ari die?
I'll check.
Never mind.
I think Ari was just thinking about what to do. And he decides not to guard. So...
He has to guard this. Well, essentially, he could let it by and it will just be at 5 damage, but if Doryan crits, then...
Good game.
There's a crit on the field, so that kind of tells that he has crits and he might pull them.
I have a question. What is Doryan's trigger setup? Because I saw 2 types of critical triggers.
He said that he does 8 and 4 now. 8 crits, 4 draws.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Because he already told me that he can't do a 12 crit setup with Seekers
No one
as
should
personal
use
style.
a 12 crit setup in anything.
True, but in a case where you don't feel like you're able to gain advantage, it's a good way to not care. But because Doryan uses Sing Saver Dragon, he does need draw triggers. Like, if he didn't use that card, he wouldn't need them as much. And no guard. A critical could end it here.
That's a heal trigger, which does go off, because they're both currently at 3.
No critical.
Shit. So close.
There goes his perfect gun and a hamster.
I'm lagging, but it's okay.
Hamsuki. Rose, there's your Hamsuki.
Oh.
If I was Doryan, I would have ended my turn without attacking there.
Why?
Because he wouldn't have had it. Because Ari wouldn't have had enough to Legion.
Oh shit, he wouldn't. He couldn't break grab, but he couldn't Legion either.
He could have break rolled without doing Legion. That's what he would have had to do if Doryan had done that. Yeah. But unfortunately, Doryan didn't think that way about it.
It's alright. I probably would have attacked him full head first too.
It's not something you usually think about.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think I'm one of the only people who would have actually thought about it that way. Like, he only has 2 in drop zone right now. If I attack, he has to guard with 2 cards. But if I don't attack, he can't Legion. I'm gonna end my turn.
Why didn't you put it into
He
Soul?
put it into Soul so he doesn't have to actually open the deck and
He,
search for it.
that way he doesn't have to open the deck to Legion with it.
It's the
Basically, that was
lazy
the...
people way to Legion. Shit.
Actually, this is advantageous to Doryan.
Is it?
Because these attacks, even though they're going to get plus 4k per rearguard attack, they're not going to be as strong as they could be.
Still, they're going to be going to the drop zone.
It depends on if Ari actually uses the skill on both, or if he tries to stack it on one.
Alright, but where'd the 4K go?
Yeah.
Where's the 4K going? Because it's when it attacks, it's not if it actually hits or anything.
Try the 9K.
I'm really
If he's
confused.
not going to factor it in.
Oh. Alright, so
Okay, I don't think he's factoring the break ride in at all. Because the Vanguard has that skill as well. So I don't think he's factoring break ride in.
But the thing is, the break ride is forced. It's when one of your rear guards attacks, choose one of them and give it the power and such. It's not you may choose.
Okay, now he's doing it.
Alright, I was really confused.
Apparently he didn't do it for the first side. Oh, no, wait. I see what he did. He gave it to the draw trigger.
Oh. I see it. I didn't
That's
realize.
what I said.
So he's going to retire all 3. Okay, Zot saw it.
Zot saw it? I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
I said, you asked where it goes, and I said cap.
Wait.
Doryan, stop!
Okay.
Oh my god.
He just realized he's fighting Great Nature. They do things at the end phase.
Yeah, they do. So that's retire 3 for all of Chat Noir's.
He's going to retire 3, draw 3.
Draw 3 for it.
No, he's going to retire 3 and draw 2. And he's going to draw 1 for the Tester Fox.
Why don't you draw... You draw 3 for the Chat Noir.
No, only 2, because it's for each one that's affected by the Chat Noir skill, not each one that's retired.
Wait, what? Oh.
You draw 1 for each one that gets 4k from Chat Noir's Break Ride skill, not draw 1 for each one retired at all.
Right.
And then he draws 1 for the Tester Fox. But Doryan is actually in a really good position right now because
Ari
he
has
only
to spend
has
so
3
much
damage.
hand to guard.
Not only that, but he has 0 field and has to use hand to get that back during the next turn.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Doryan could just counterblast 2 and call a unit from the deck and not use any hand at all. Which is what I want to see him do. I really want to see him do that. Please, Doryan, do that.
I don't think he can hear you, hon.
I don't think so.
I know he can't.
Oh.
Ah.
He's gonna Legion again, and then do it, probably.
What's in his drop zone?
2 12k attackers, a draw trigger, and a blaster blade.
In my opinion, not worth it. Purely my opinion.
Actually, you know, if he does that, though... does Alfred call to an open rear guard?
No, it just calls to a rear guard.
I mean, because then he would have enough soul to do Octavius again if he decided to get that.
Well, maybe that's what he wants to do. He might move Cynric up and then counterblast 2 for Octavius to get an extra draw.
There's the counterblast.
Well, actually, even if he calls Octavius to the front row, he still gets it because the Legion and Mate each count as a separate rear guard.
That's what I thought. He was going to pull it behind Vanguard to get rid of that critical.
That bothers me because that means...
I knew it! I knew what you were doing, Doryan.
It doesn't change the guard, and he has to use a card in hand to fill his field now when he didn't have to before, if he had done it a different way.
He still ended up with a full field and pretty much the same number of cards in hand.
Yeah, because he called it, He called a grade 2, so it's an intercept. It doesn't technically matter.
I think it's alright.
He's attacking with the rear guard first again, which leads me to he's attacking as if he runs stand triggers, but
That's
I'm
what-
almost 100% certain he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But it's a good way to fuck up with your
What the
opponent.
hell?
He's guarding.
He
has
overguarded the.
to. Oh, yeah,
He
he did.
overguarded the first
Yeah, he
attack.
did. That was 15k. You only needed the 10.
There's Sing Saver. If Doryan decides to do that next turn,
What's the
which
cost
he
for
might.
Sing Saver again?
Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 3, and discard 2 from hand.
Right. I couldn't remember how much Counterblast it needed.
So Doryan would probably either have to unflip or take 2 damage in order to Sing Saver.
So that was 2 perfect. Never mind. He's changing his mind.
He decides to keep the perfect guard for next turn, which means that Doryan is probably going to look for a way to ride Sing Saver and use the skill.
The thing is, he's still overguarded.
He did.
It's. I don't know. Something.
Wait, what, you mean for the third attack?
No. The third attack was normal. That was fine.
Yeah, the first attack he overguarded, which could probably kill him in the end. I don't want Doryan to no guard. I don't want him to no guard.
He'd no
Any
guard
no
it.
guards. Please. Please. Okay.
That's a draw.
Okay, we're good. We're good. It's not a crit. Okay. It's like Doryan was pretty much asking to be double crit after that, and I was like, please don't do it. Please don't do it.
That is a super fucking powerful researcher, Fox, though. Not
Yeah, and
gonna lie.
Doryan's gonna take this hit because now Sing Saver is gonna happen, and it'll probably end the match actually.
Still, Ari double draw triggered, so we don't know what he got there.
Sing Saver can
Yeah.
stand again.
He has 1 perfect guard, and Sing Saver has 2 attacks plus the rears, so. Also, Ari isn't using all of the abilities of the Legion because he's not on flipping damage. Well, he's basically not doing counterblast at all, which means he's getting the
using it
unit,
and
then unflipping for that.
Yeah.
But what he could do is he could use the Legion ability first, then the mate ability, which would give him the ability to shuffle whatever he puts at the bottom, which in some cases would help more.
Especially if you put triggers back.
Exactly.
Alright, well, there's Sing Saver.
But
only
he
has
doesn't have
3.
4 in drop.
Yeah. So
He has to retire and call to get another in there.
So what's he gonna do it with?
Doryan has the hand to retire and call and still be okay. Okay, so he's bringing out another R's.
Not bad, considering his options.
Well, since his deck probably doesn't run draw triggers, or it apparently doesn't run draw triggers. Stand triggers.
There you go.
It doesn't matter if that unit is a 12k attacker or a 9k base, as long as it has a 7k booster. It's still hitting for the same amount of guard.
Yep.
And he's doing it again.
I would too.
Especially with Sing Saver, I would rather
Oh, well, Sing Saver, yeah, I would have
guard with
attacked
the Vanguard first, because you can't give triggers to the Vanguard.
Yeah. The only reason I'm used to attacking rearguard, rearguard is because I run stands, so...
Yeah, and he doesn't.
I think there
the
was
thing.
all of, like, 1 deck that I didn't run stands in.
And Ari is not using the perfect guard for this.
He's probably saving it for when he stands again.
So
Yeah, but that's going to be the weaker of its.
That's
Yeah, but that's going to be the weaker of
21,
its attack.
31. That's 1 to pass.
So 1 to hit.
And he gets it.
Critical.
Critical trigger! Al Vengado. Oh,
Double
shit!
critical.
Well, damn.
So that's the end of the game.
Yeah, it is, because there's at least 2 heals already out of deck.
There's 1 in drop.
There's 1 that he used to guard.
Yeah.
Well then, good job, Doryan.
So good game 1, Doryan wins, and we're gonna move on to game 2.
See y'all soon.
See ya.